Hello, Holly. I only went live because someone told me to go live. I was supposed to watch Genesis and Base Tweaker debate, but I'm trying to find that prompt. Hello, people. My hand is in a lot of pain. This prompt is made courtesy of the one and only Holly. Holly has been very busy, so she can't make any other prompts. So she made this. Ow. I went live again pretty early, 9 o'clock. Yesterday was like 8 o'clock. So now none of y'all can complain because I've been going live at like 3 a.m. the last week. Oh, Stitch is here. I did say I was gonna go live, and I did. Stitch is itching for a conversation.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Stitch, the creamer is here. Um. Uh. Science. What is your age? What
Yo,
do you think about the prompt?
22.
All right. What do you think about the ice incident that occurred?
You mean the one where the woman got shot in the face?
Yeah.
I don't know, seemed like an execution to me.
Can you elaborate more?
Huh?
Elaborate more? Like, what do you think? How?
Like the guy wasn't in danger at the time and he just walked up and shot her.
Well, I think it's a little bit nuanced in that. I mean, she was driving a car. She was trying to go. He was in front. I mean, she clearly saw him in front, given that they had been talking. So I mean, there's higher context to just, the idea that he wasn't in danger at all when he clearly was. I mean, he was in front of the vehicle.
I mean, listen, she tried to run him over,
Okay,
but just because she
is,
tried
is
to run
that is
him
that
over,
is that not him being in danger?
yeah, but she had stopped the. He wasn't in danger when he shot her.
He was in danger when he shot her. She was driving the vehicle. That's when he shot.
Yeah, but the vehicle was stopped.
Yeah, after he shot her.
No, he shot her while the vehicle was stopped.
No, not while the vehicle wasn't stopped when he shot her. No, I don't know what video you saw. She was trying to go and he shot.
Listen, he didn't need to shoot her.
Yeah, he did. You don't know how people are gonna react or how predictable they are, or how unpredictable they are. So when she's trying to go, clearly driving, he's in front of the car. She sees that he's in front of a car, then yeah, of course, that's self defense. That is permissible.
Listen, I don't even care about the hair, like she was some dumbass lesbian, but he shouldn't have done that objectively. Like that was an
Why
execution.
why is that not allowed?
Bro, he just walked up in the window and shot her. Like, come on.
No, she was driving the car. She was trying to go while he was in front, and she literally hit him as he was shooting.
Just because she was driving the car, it doesn't mean he had to shoot her.
If the car is being used in a manner in which it's going to create great bodily harm, that is defensible. Do you understand that, right?
The car was basically stopped.
It was not stopped if it was going. Did you watch the same fucking video?
It seemed stopped to me.
Bro, you can't argue with stupidity, bro. We obviously didn't see the same fucking video then.
Like, bro, I saw she tried to run him over. She swerved the car. She crashed and stopped. And then
Holy fucking shit. The car was not stopped. The car was progressively moving forward. In fact, it still drove forward even after he shot. What are you on? What the fuck are you smoking?
In what world was the guy justified to shoot her? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Holy fucking shit. Like I said, you can't argue with stupidity, bro.
I mean, Mr. Stitch can show the video.
I'm not even a leftist. Like, I don't even care about the lesbian.
I don't care if you're a leftist or not. If you're being dumb, you're being dumb. Listen, it's not that complicated. We watched the same video. If the car was stopped, the car wouldn't have gone after she was shot. If she was shot while the car was stopped, what the fuck are you smoking? Obviously, the car was already going as the process of him shooting through the car window. In fact, the car continued to go even after she was shot because she was still pressing the gas. So nothing of what you're saying makes any fucking sense, my dude.
Alright, man, I'm gonna watch the video again.
Okay, go watch it like 3
I'm pretty
times.
sure it wasn't
just
over.
to be sure. Go watch it 3 times just to be sure you understand what you're seeing.
I'm pretty sure it was stopped, but sure.
Yeah. And so I honestly I don't even care. Listen, I don't even care. Let's say she wasn't trying to hit him. I honestly don't give a fuck. I'm tired of these people thinking that they can obstruct law enforcement and obstruct things that are federally going on, federal investigations, just because they seem empowered to do so by the US Constitution. The US Constitution doesn't grant you the right to impede on federal investigations. It gives you a right to demonstrate and to make your voice known. It doesn't give you the right to be in officers' faces, throwing sticks at them, throwing stones, throwing water, assaulting them. It doesn't give any of them the opportunity to do that. So honestly, I don't even care if the woman wasn't actively trying to hit him with the car. The fact that she was already in their face, she was impeding their investigation. I think a lesson needs to be learned, and I think they learned their lesson. And I think I'm tired of people feeling so entitled. So at this point, I don't even care if the U.S. government decides to use the military to use force against these people. These people are stupid, they're entitled, and they're dumb. And quite honestly, I don't care if many of them get hurt. I don't. I don't care if people call me heartless. I really don't at all. In fact, I encourage them. Maybe they need to use tasers more. Maybe they do need to use the batons more. Maybe beating them will actually put some sort of brain cells in their brain.
Listen, I don't care about some. I said already, like I don't care about some dumb as lesbian, but maybe that kind of action sets a bad precedent. Like, would you like that to happen to you?
But I like what I'm not the one demonstrating in the streets like a lunatic and impeding federal investigations.
Yeah, but for example, like they used sort of excessive force.
Okay, and they were assaulting the officers the entire time. Why do I care if they get the shit beat out of them?
I'm not saying that they shouldn't get the shit beat out of them, but maybe not shot in the face.
Well, I think if you're going to use your vehicle as a weapon, I think shooting in the face is permissible.
All right.
In fact, they should have shot her 2 more times to make sure she was gone. Like that's how I feel. If you're gonna use your vehicle as a weapon, right, and literally be negligent in that way because you think that you're above the law, you are the most dangerous person. You are. Okay, anybody that thinks they're above the law and is just acting belligerent and ignorant and going against the directions of federal officers who were there not only, by the way, to conduct a federal investigation, but they were telling her to stop because there was other pedestrians, right? Honestly, I don't care. I don't care. In fact, they should have shot her 2 more times. That's how I feel.
All right, sure, whatever.
I'm just like, what's very like exhausting, Protect, is that so many people ignore the fact that these people were quite literally assaulting these police officers, these federal investigators. It doesn't even matter if you believe in what they believe in or if you believe that they're doing it the correct way, because God knows that I have a lot of contentions with how they do things with ICE. But what's more infuriating is that they feel so entitled to go and assault police officers, and then they decide to cry victim. They make them martyrs just because they get it in return. That is what's like so infuriating to me, because it's always, and then it always is the blue-haired liberal people that want to sit up here and cry and be like police brutality, like if they weren't just spitting in these officers' faces. That's what's so exhausting.
I think we can all agree. Like, I think we can all agree, Stitch, right? When it comes to like a self-defense principle, right? There's always going to be some sort of threshold that's going to have to be met in order to like justify deadly force, right? And I think the argument here is whether this case was this threshold was met, and I would say that it probably was.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we look at this case, right, and if we just like take the ICE officer out of it, and this was just 2 civilians, right? Would this guy have been justified in taking her life? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. This Latrice person. Hello.
Oh no, not Protect.
Yeah, no, not me. All right. What do you think about what happened? What do you think about what happened?
It all could have been prevented, in my opinion. This all could have been prevented, and this should have never happened. Excuse me, why are you grabbing that wrapper of butter? Sorry, talking to my dog. I think that this all could have been avoided if these people did not interfere with federal agents doing their job. An investigation is out there for a reason, and for them to sit there and just obstruct justice of any kind is an issue.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Mr. Just Spartan, what do you think?
I have to agree. I mean, it was completely preventable. She should not have been there in the first place. And just, to avoid getting pew-pewed, maybe she should have not been driving her vehicle at the officer. Maybe that would have helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
You know what?
she definitely hit that. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, she definitely hit the officer that caused that problem.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
when it comes to like federal agents and any like sort of like police officer, right? Like when if they tell you to do something, just stop what you're doing and do it. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Just stop doing what you're doing and have your day in court.
yeah. That's what court is for, by the way.
Yeah. And she
Yeah.
was instructed 3 times before that even happened to get out of the car.
Well, she was instructed more than that, but in that time frame, it was 3 times. It was 3 times they were
Yeah.
telling her, "Get out the car, stop the car." You know, but here's my thing. You know what we're prevented it in the first place? If we didn't empower people to think that they are above the law and that them demonstrating is a God-given right. Okay, you can demonstrate, but it's not a God-given right. You don't have a right to, like, for example, like, God forbid, right? God forbid I'm ever in a situation where I see some blue-haired freaks in the middle of a fucking road and I'm trying to take my daughter or my kid to a fucking hospital like it happened to that one lady. God forbid I'm in that situation, right? Because I would be going to jail for running people over.
Yeah,
Okay.
very blue hair freaks. Very ironic coming from a person named Stitch. Um. Anyways, Gabriella, what do you think about the prompt?
Protect.
Silence, Gabriella. What do you think about the prompt?
Actually violating
I
his right to free
agree.
speech.
I am a right wing conservative and I'm pro ICE. So if we're specifically talking about Renee Good, I do believe it was justified in self defense. I believe that she shouldn't have put herself in that situation. She should have been impeding on a federal investigation. And the fact I don't think anyone thinks she necessarily quote unquote deserved it, or that's just from my Christian standpoint. I don't believe anyone deserves to unalive for
I
any
think
reason.
people do.
But I also will say that she did bring it on herself. And I also will say that if she would have just complied and listened, she would still be here. She might be facing some charges, but she'd still be here.
Well, just to be clear, from a Christian worldview, there's people that 100% deserve it. And like, I'm sorry, but she deserved it. Like, if you're that ignorant and you're that careless, and you just don't care for anybody else's bodily, like, a potential bodily harm that can come for other individuals, then you 100% deserve it. That's my opinion. I don't care if a lot of Christians say that it's too much hot of a take, because I also say this for other things, but there comes a point where, like, eliminating the stupidity becomes necessary. That is, like, at the point of where I'm at right now. Yes, she deserved it. Yes, I said what I said.
Well, I just
Yeah, I
judge
don't.
because, not to kind of be a Bible quoter, but God says not to judge anybody or you'll be judged. So that's why
That's not
I
true.
don't,
Except for
I don't.
God
niggers and
calls
Jews.
us. That's not true.
Niggers
God
and
calls us.
Jews.
Well, just to be clear,
Goodbye.
that's not true. God calls us to judge other people, but it says to judge righteously, to acknowledge where your faults are, just like to acknowledge where other people's faults are. So I don't know why people seem to think that the Bible says for us not to judge other people when it quite literally says the opposite.
Well, it says you can judge righteously, but you cannot judge the non-believers because that's what God.
Where does it say you can't judge the non-believers?
It says you could judge. Well, I'll find the verse for you. 1 second.
Yeah, please find the verse, because that's not what it says at all. In fact, Romans verse 1, it says, do not, it basically talks about, Romans 1 verse 14, I'm sorry. It talks about not judging those who abstain. So but it goes on to say, it goes on in explanatory, it says to not exclude them from the kingdom of God if they are not following the word of God to the letter, like some people claim to be doing, right? Because it goes on to give the example of people who abstain versus people who eat fully, and so it gives that example, indicating that people who fully believe in God versus people who take bits and pieces but don't believe in fully, right? And so it says stuff like that, but it doesn't say not to judge the non-believers. That's not what
So
it says.
I also
verse
would
is 1
argue
Corinthians
that
5:12.
saying someone deserved unalivement, that's not judging righteously, in my opinion.
Absolutely, it is. It's judging righteously. If someone, hang on, if someone is trying to do you bodily harm, right? Are you not gonna like say that they deserve to be unalived potentially?
No, I would not say that. I believe that. Do
Okay,
I
then I
defend their
don't know what
actions? No,
and
but
what
I don't
Delulu
believe that.
world you live in, but in my world, if someone's trying to do me bodily harm or is graping, God forbid, graping my daughter or let's say my mother or my sister, then they 100% deserve to be unalived.
Yeah, so
And that
he
is judging righteously, by the way, because the specific Bible verses can also be attributed to people who grape or people who do things that would be egregious to other people, who in which the Bible calls for their stoning. So I don't understand why we don't apply it, in real life. I just don't understand.
isn't that only for married women?
I'm sorry.
Well, that's another claim. But anyway, the verse I gave, so it doesn't specify like specifically non-believers. What it says is, what business
Okay, then
is it of
I'm not
mine to
interested
judge
in it.
those outside the church? Are you not to judge those inside?
Yeah, but there's
Meaning basically
context.
judge inside the church, not outside.
That's not what it says at all.
I mean, I read it verbatim. But cool.
Yeah, you read it verbatim, but what is the context of it? What is it talking about?
Yeah, it's talking about judging people in the church, not outside.
No, that's not what it's talking about at all. I
Yeah,
encourage
there's
you to
no
go read
context
the
that can
context.
change.
I
There's no context that
encourage
can
you.
change the verse.
Well, I encourage you to go read as to
I
what was
already read
actually
all of
being
Paul's
said.
letters. Yeah, I've
Okay,
already
well
read.
that's wonderful. You keep on interrupting me. You're not like hearing what I'm telling you, right? Like that's not how a conversation works. Okay, wonderful. So, anyways, oh, the lady left. Dang it. I wanted to hear a response to what I said.
You want to hear Stitch? Host can't track. Stop it. Yeah. Esme, come up.
Oh, you're 19.
No, I'm 24. He's like way off.
No, the host is 19 years old and he can't track. He's childish because he's 19.
I'm 24.
I'm 24.
Until I see your birth certificate protect, I don't believe you, bro.
Wait a minute, Stitch. I thought you were 30.
Protect, you always do this. It's like getting old. You know damn well I'm not 30.
No, you definitely are 30.
And you're 40. And gay. So what about it?
No, I'm not. I'm married. Well, but anyways, the person in the bottom right. What do you think about the ICE incident that occurred?
Oh my god. You were just talking about it.
Oh, me? With Renee.
Yes.
I would have handled it differently if I was Renee, but yeah, I think what happened is a tragedy. And it's a shame that the Trump DOJ is in charge of it because it means we're basically never gonna hear anything else about it.
All right. So,
So
Keto?
that didn't answer the question, by the way, just to be clear.
What's up?
Keto, what do you think about what happened?
With Renee, right?
Yes, with Renee. Are you gonna answer?
Well, I was making sure you're talking about Renee. Shit.
No, I was talking about the Easter Bunny.
The what?
I was talking about the Easter Bunny.
All right, fuck you. I feel like the ICE agent was like, I feel like both of them are wrong, but I feel like I hold the ICE agent to a higher standard just because he is ICE agent, and I feel like he didn't. I feel like it was unnecessary to pew her, like because he could have moved out the way in the video. Yeah, and he ended up making it out of the way and then pewing her. So, yeah, I feel like it was unnecessary. Like he could have just moved out the way for real.
But you're saying that he moved out of the way and then pew her?
Well, I know he had a pew. My bad. Hold on. I know he had one of the shots or pew. Sorry, went through the front. But I feel like instead of taking that pew, because like my brother's a sergeant in Florida, I feel like it was in his best bet to just move out of the way first instead of pewing, which obviously he would have made out the way because he did make it out the way.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about 5 seconds. We're not even talking about 5 seconds. Actually, it was less than 5 seconds.
I understand that. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I understand that. Like I said, my brother's a sergeant in Florida. I understand it, but they are trained.
That's irrelevant. I have military in my family. That's irrelevant.
Anecdotal evidence.
Can you let me? Yeah, can you?
Anecdotal evidence.
Yeah, but I'm saying
You
it's
want
irrelevant.
like
Like
you want
we're
me to put
freaking
them on
out.
the screen or something? I
It's
can put them
irrelevant,
there.
is what I'm saying. It's
Okay,
irrelevant. I don't
great,
care.
Stitch. Can you let
You just
people
gave your
finish
point.
though? Okay, great. But can you let people finish though? So yes, like I said, like they are trained, I would say professionals, right? So I think he should have moved out of the way. And I think the best bet was to just let her go because I feel like also pew-pewing her, like the car went, like she could have got a lead foot because she got, unalived. And then if there was like children or something around, it could have been really bad. So I feel like, and for him too, I feel like he put himself more in danger by staying in front of it. So I feel like he should have moved out of the way and then as a federal agent, let her take off. And then like they have her picture, they could have found her. And then come arrest her and like throw the fucking book at her. But I feel like it was unnecessary to unalive her for real. But
Yeah, so
she was
so
still
let's
wrong
just
for hitting
acknowledge.
him.
Well, let's just acknowledge that like you misstated the facts at first on purpose.
No, I didn't.
You said
The
that
videos.
you
All
said
right,
you
bro. I'm
said
not.
that
Yeah, I'm not
you
debating people that's
said
like already heated about the
okay,
situation. I
well,
accidentally.
okay.
Yeah, I accidentally
Yeah,
like you.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's always an accident. So anyways, you can be quiet now. I'll let you finish.
bro. Like you did too much.
So again, you did too much
So
when you
so
came
so
up here
so
and
so get it out.
you decided to
Get it
just
out.
spew out
So
things. Well, are you
the video is
practicing for
on my
your
page.
what are
Nobody
you
was playing
practicing
around.
for? Are you practicing for the
People
play?
can
Is that what
say
you're
at like
practicing for?
make mistakes. Like what? I'm sorry that I misspoke. The video's on my page,
What do
and
you
I
mean
even corrected it. Like,
what do
bro,
you
you're
mean you
doing too
misspoke?
much.
Okay, that's fine, and I'm trying to respond. Can I do
Okay,
that
but
now?
you're
Or are you
acting like
just gonna
people.
are you
You
gonna continue
purposely
to
said
spurg
it
out?
wrong. Like
Are you
you
gonna
doing. How
continue
old
to
are
spurg
you?
out?
Like,
Okay,
nigga,
you're
you
gonna
need to
continue.
talk to your
You're
wife.
gonna
Like, get a
continue.
bust
You're
a
gonna
nut or something.
continue
Like,
to
you're way
spurg
too.
out. That's fine.
You way
You're
too
gonna
deep into
continue to
this shit.
spurg out. You're gonna continue to spurg
Nobody's
out. Is that what
spurging
you're gonna
out.
do?
I'm saying, why are
You're
you using
spurging out right
loaded
now. Just
language?
let me respond. Just
Do
let
you
me
want me to
respond. Can I
spurg
do
out? I
that?
can definitely spurg
You've
out.
been spurging out, lady.
What's
You've been
To be
spurging
spurging
out?
fair,
Can
out.
you define
Cheetah.
that?
To be
You've
fair,
been
Cheetah.
spurging out.
To be
Can
fair.
I finish speaking?
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
fair, what he interrupted me the whole time, didn't even
And you
let me
told me to
finish.
shut up, and guess what I
And then
did? I
now,
shut the
and then
fuck
now
up. So
he's saying that
I'm
there's
telling
like
you,
loaded
now I'm
language.
telling
No,
you
nigga,
to
fuck
shut the
you. Suck
fuck
my
up.
dick, nigga.
Yeah,
Fuck out of here.
yeah.
What are you talking
Go
about?
back to 8th Avenue, you ghetto bitch. That's what you
Oh,
need to do.
ghetto
Go
Alright,
back
bitch.
to
step her
8th
Hey, suck
Avenue.
my
down.
dick,
Go back
nigga.
to
You don't
8th
even know where
Avenue,
I
you
grew up.
ghetto
I could have went to
bitch.
private
You
school.
Alright,
Suck
ghetto
my
bitch.
dick,
That's what
nigga.
the fuck
getting
you are.
heated.
You can't even have a
Suck
normal
my dick.
conversation.
No,
And
you
then you
can't even
wonder
have
why
a normal
people view you
conversation
guys
without
like third
interrupting,
graders.
dumbass.
Alright, alright,
And then you
enough.
wonder why people think that you guys have third grade reading levels. This is
I
wrong.
don't give a
You
fuck.
can't
I went
even
to a private
engage.
school. I
You
don't give
can't
a
even
fuck.
engage in
Nigga,
a
nigga, 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 nigga,
conversation.
nigga, nigga,
You
nigga.
can't
I
even
went to a
engage in
private
a
school. Fuck out of here.
conversation.
Alright,
So
enough.
what? I
Enough.
graduated from
Oh
Ohio
my
State. I don't give a
god.
fuck what you
She's
think.
a
Fuck out of
typical
here.
black. She's a
Step her
typical black
Black,
ghetto
down.
blacky,
person.
black,
That's what
blackity,
she
black, black,
is.
black, black.
She's the typical ghetto black
Fuck out of here.
person.
Alright,
And
step her
turn on your
down,
camera.
guys.
Turn on your camera. Let's see
Yeah,
what you look
get
like.
mad about it.
Turn on your camera. I'll turn on
Get
my
mad
Alright,
camera.
about
alright,
it.
enough,
Get
enough,
mad. That's what
Ain't
you
nobody
are.
mad. I went to
enough.
a private school
Just
and I
let
went
me
to
finish
Ohio
speaking.
State.
That's all
Fuck
you
out
had
of
to
here.
do. Just let me finish speaking. And now you're just
Well,
sitting
why
up here
don't you take
struggling
your
for
own
no
advice and
reason.
not interrupt people when they come up to share their opinion?
Yeah,
I
I
can
did.
tell you ain't got no
When you
home
told,
training. Why
hang
you
on,
trying to sit up
when
and
you
act like you
told me
white
to
and
shut the fuck
civilized,
up,
but you
yeah,
don't
when
even
you
have no
told me
home
to be
training?
quiet to let you finish speaking,
Fuck.
I literally shut the fuck up. So I expect the same. Be a good dog and
You
shut the fuck
interrupted
up.
me
That's what you need
twice.
to do. Just be a good dog and shut the fuck up and let me
Nobody's a
respond.
dog
That's all
except
you
your
need to
mama.
do. You are a
Your
dog.
mama's a
You
dog.
lick the
And
crust
that's why
between my
she
toes.
raised a dog
Your
ass nigga like you. You
your
can't
mom
Alright,
even
we're
should have
just
shut
gonna
up
move
swallowed
and
when your
on.
finish.
daddy left.
We're
Fuck
just
out of
gonna
here.
move
That's what
on.
should
What are
have
you
We're just
talking?
gonna
happened.
You
move
ain't put a
on.
picture
When
of
your
my dad on the
daddy
screen.
fucking
You're
left
just
your
doing
life,
stereotypes.
when
Who
your
gives a
daddy
fuck?
left your
Alright,
life,
we're just
that's what
Oh,
you
my
should have
daddy
done. Is your
left.
mother should
Bro,
have
alright,
my
we're
dad's
just gonna
old
swallowed.
as
move
fuck
She
at
on.
his
should have
house down the
swallowed.
street from me. What the
She
fuck are
should
Alright,
you
we're
have
just
talking
gonna
about?
swallowed
move
or
on.
aborted. Either way,
Alright,
because
we're
Fuck
the
out of
fact
just
that
here.
gonna
you can't
move
even get up
on.
here and have a conversation, you're an
Alright.
embarrassment. An
Alright,
Hold
embarrassment
on,
to
hold
your
alright.
on. Yeah,
family. That's what
Stitch,
the
go
fuck
ahead and
you
say all
are.
that racist
Alright, we're
shit.
You're
just gonna. It's getting a little bit heated, so I had to put a stop to that. It's getting a little bit heated. It's getting a little bit heated, guys. That was yeah. Well, I know you didn't say anything. I just took everybody from the panel, so now no one can claim I'm being biased. I'm not going to go live for long.
Damn.
Let's not act like the president.
Okay, say that racist shit you were saying again, Stitch. Go ahead.
I've
My
been
dad. I don't
saying
have a
it.
dad.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I forgot I was moderator. That's how I feel.
All
Let me
right.
finish responding. So I'm gonna finish responding, and then she can come up and actually respond to what I gotta say. So first and secondly, when someone is using a vehicle to come at a person, even with negligence, bro, that is cause for bodily injury. So therefore, you have a right to defend yourself. It doesn't matter if the intent was to hit the officer or not. Secondly, we're talking about 5 seconds here. Anybody up here, you can't tell me that everybody up here has the ability to respond with rationale within 5 seconds without making at least one mistake. And I acknowledge that the officer, quote unquote, could have moved away. But how could he have moved out of the way? Does he have some sort of predisposition as to whether or not she's aiming for him or not? At that current time, he saw a car coming towards him. So it's within the reasonable rationale that, yes, I'm going to fire my weapon. I'm going to make sure that I can at least protect myself. And a lot of people are saying, well, you can't stop a car with the bullet. Yeah, but you can at least stop the person from pressing at the pedal. At least that's what I would think if I'm in that position, right? So that's what we need to acknowledge. So the idea that, oh, it was not permissible, he could have just moved out of the way. He doesn't have some sort of predisposition that this woman is not aiming for him while pressing on the gas. Okay? So maybe try responding to the arguments that I'm making instead of spurging out like a little demon, right? Control the demon inside you, put it in a capsule, and actually respond with some sort of intelligence. Okay? Because if I'm in that situation, guess what? I would have shot her 2 more times to make sure that bitch was dead. Okay? And that's just me speaking real.
Yeah, I already said, like I said, my brother's a sergeant in Florida. I already understand that they're humans. What I want you to do, Stitch, is stand on all the racist stereotypes that you put on me and say it again. Go ahead and say it again. Don't be a punk. Don't be a punk because you know you're
How
getting
am I a
clipped.
punk when I said it to you? First
You
of all,
said I didn't have a
nothing
dad,
of what I
right?
said,
You said I
nothing
didn't
of
have
what
a
I
dad
said
and I'm a
was
ghetto black
racist.
bitch, right?
Nothing that I said
Yes, you
was
did.
racist.
Protect. Why don't you clip
Just to
this?
be
Give me the
clear,
clip. Give me the
I will
first
clip.
and
send it. I
Say
will
it
foremost,
send
you
again,
are
it.
Stitch. You're a
ghetto.
pussy.
You
You're
are
a racist
ghetto.
and a
You are
pussy.
loud.
You're a
You are
racist and a
ghetto.
pussy.
You are
Yeah, I'm
loud.
from New York.
You are
We're all
ghetto. You are
loud. We're all
loud.
loud.
You are
Say it again.
unintelligent. You
All right,
have a
we're just
3rd grade
gonna.
reading level. You don't have the ability to comprehend and
Yeah.
respond to things. None of that screams black. You know what it does
Yeah.
scream?
Go ahead and
It
say the
screams
racist shit again.
ghetto
My
black
dad wasn't
person.
around.
That is what it screams. It
All right,
screams ghetto black
enough.
person.
All right,
That's
all
not
right.
racist. You
Yeah,
are
it
All
is.
ghetto
right,
black
You know
person.
you was being racist as fuck. Now you're
You
being a
are
pussy and
ghetto
not
black
standing on it.
person.
all right,
That's
enough. All right, we're just gonna put it to an end. I'm gonna send a video so you can rewatch it unedited the way it is. Clearly this prompt gets a lot of people heated. I'm gonna end prematurely because I wasn't gonna go live for very long because there is a live I do want to revisit Genesis and Base Tweaker. So I might be back on later, but I'm gonna have to end prematurely. I'm gonna send a video. I told you I wasn't gonna go live for long. I wasn't gonna go live for long. No, I'm not, Mad Dog. I wanted to see Base Tweaker debate Genesis.
That's been happening for like the past hour. You're late, bro.
I want to rewatch it. I want to
What do
watch
you
it.
want?
Watch it. I was watching it, and then I had to go live because people told me to go live at 9. I really want to watch that debate, and I usually never.
8:35.
It's 9:35 over here, fam.
Oh,
Yeah, you're like never in my live. So how you doing?
I'm good. I just got. You know what's fucking crazy is that I was literally at work from 6 to fucking 4:30 today, right? All of my my sister-in-law is being induced tonight, which can take hours, right? She's getting induced in the hospital that I work at, right? And in my unit. What's
Wow.
crazy is that none of my fucking coworkers told me she was in there.
Wow.
I walked up in that bitch in my fucking work clothes that I was from earlier that day. I looked at him. I said, hope all of y'all bitches don't get any fucking rest tonight. I hope y'all get slammed.
Oh wow.
I'm putting that on them.
Oh geez, wow. That's Oh, that's something else. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go else to a different live. I might go live again. If
Look
you
how
want to
cute.
join, more than welcome to.
But look how cute they are.
I rate them a solid 5 out of 10.
It's Mardi Gras. The fuck?
Yeah, it's a solid 5 out of 10.
These are look at the mask.
A solid 5 out of 10, my opinion stands. If you keep pushing, it's me a 4 out of 10.
Well, these are look at the beads
That's pretty cool. I'll give it that.
and the gold. It's popping off.
They're solid.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I rank it a 5 out of 10.
You're trash. Okay, bye.
All right, bye.